Today, on Beyond, he was only going on a weekend trip. Now his fiance has nothing to cling to but a recording of his voice.
When you hear that, think of me.
Plus,
he really held our family together, and since he's been gone, it's kind of split apart.
why is this woman's father compelled to try and save his family from beyond? And this mother begged her son not to drive recklessly. Then it was too late. What's the one thing he'd tell her if he could do it all over?
He loves you very, very much and loves his dad, and he's very sorry.
Today, on Beyond. Using his extraordinary psychic ability to communicate with spirits, he's transformed lives by unlocking mysteries and sharing secrets from the other side. James Van Praagh, best-selling author, renowned medium, and your connection to the world beyond.
Thank you. 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 Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here today to join me here in the audience. And also you people at home, I want to thank you for being here as well. I want to begin over here, please, because there's a man standing, yes, there's a man standing behind you, and he's on your father's side of the family. So it's either father or father's father.
Father's brother.
Pardon me?
Father's brother.
Do you have an uncle over there passed, your father's brother passed
Yes.
over? Who's named after him? Hold on, I'm going to come here too. Is your daddy over there? That's who I want to come to. I'm sorry. He corrected me.
Your dad's there, too. His dad is, too.
Oh, your dad's also passed over?
Yes.
Okay. You're a
Yes.
father figure here. Are you guys married?
Not yet.
Well, by the end of the show, you know, things happen, so. But are you together here? You mean,
Yes.
Okay. Who dies of a heart condition, please?
My father.
He said you knew he was going to be here today, and you were waiting for him to come through. He worked very hard when he was alive, by the way. He tried keeping all the family together, and he couldn't do it. You know, he tried, but it was too much for one person, okay? Because it's a family house he's talking to me about,
Right.
and that was very much involved. Is this your grandfather? Because you can mind if he wants to hello you too. Okay. There's a sister he hasn't seen in a long time. Are there two sisters, please?
For my father, yes.
He has two sisters,
yes,
doesn't
he?
he?
Did.
There's one who looks just like him, too. It's a very close resemblance.
like Grandpa.
That would be my Aunt Mary. Yes.
Okay. And your Aunt Mary, she used to remember with cards. She's talking about the
Cards?
cards.
Oh, my God.
You understand? Because out of all the people in the family, she's very aware of this with the cards. Okay?
Yeah.
Boy, kidney stones.
Yeah.
It's my
Did your
father.
dad have kidney
All the
stones?
time.
Yeah.
Kidney stones. He
Keep
collected them.
Save them like an
Yeah,
inch.
collected them, yeah.
And he would joke that he was going to have them put gold on him and make himself like Nicholas with them.
That sounds very weird. But that's okay. I also see cards, and I will ask you, remember about playing the cards all the time?
Yes.
This is what he's talking about.
Yep.
He said, don't think I still don't do that. He does that. I think he's gin or whatever here, or poker. There's trouble with the leg as far as
Yes,
pain in his leg,
yes.
so this is a connection that he's making
Yes.
sure also, okay? All right. I'm going to leave you with that, okay?
Thank
God
you
bless
so
you. You're
much.
welcome. Is there a lady here who's supposed to get married to a man and didn't make it because he passed over? Where is that? Lisa? That's okay, but there's a
I couldn't
man.
believe you said that. I'm sorry.
There's a man here who said he was supposed to get married to you when he passed over.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's all it takes, you know, just acknowledge what they say if it makes sense to you. Okay. I don't know if you know a Kevin.
Yes.
Who's that?
That was a friend of ours.
Thank you. Have you spoken to Kevin recently or
No.
talked to Kevin?
No.
Well, he wants to be known to Kevin.
Okay.
Okay? Are you connected with her?
Yes, it's
Are
my
you-
son.
Okay. So you knew this man who was
Yes.
going to pass over. I don't know who he is yet, but he's someone who is promising you marriage or life
Yes.
together, okay?
Yes.
Because you were his sunshine
Yeah.
for the future.
Yes.
Did your father also pass over, please?
My father passed
Your
away.
father did, okay. There's, because I see two fathers here, and I'm going to tell you something that sounds really weird, but you would never expect these two to get along with each other, and they're like total opposites.
Yeah. Yes.
but they're learning from each other.
Okay.
And this man, her husband-to-be, is also showing me motorcycles or a motorcycle. Because you're going to get a motorcycle, and I don't want you to go crazy on that. This is this man speaking to us, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I know there was a ring, where they was talking about you with the ring, okay?
Yes.
And you have it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he's showing me this ring, and I don't know what Christmas, December time, but that's very powerful. There's something going to happen there. Okay? I got to give you that.
Okay.
All right. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Valerie, you immediately said you knew your father would come in. Why?
I was blown away. I was surprised, but I became very emotional because I miss my father terribly.
He tried keeping all the family together.
I think he really held our family together, and since he's been gone, it's kind of split apart some.
Remember about playing the cards all the time?
Yes, when he brought up the playing cards, that was immediately our family. If you knew it, it's just so funny because they would sit for hours and play cards. My dad, my Aunt Mary, which he brought her up as well. Big card playing family.
Boy, kidney stones.
It was funny because, yeah, he had the problem with the kidney stones, and the whole thing that he would bring that up to me is so exclusive to my father because I don't know anybody else that has had them except for him.
Because I see two fathers here.
Lisa, I want to talk about the two father figures.
Okay.
Who are they?
One was my fiance. We were going to get married, and he was killed in a freak accident, so he was just gone.
Father figures to your mom.
And
Right.
the other one was my dad. My dad was killed when I was 7. He killed himself.
I don't know if you know about Kevin.
Kevin was a man that my fiance was very jealous of.
Why?
Well, because he did try to, start something up with me, and it was just a threat.
I know there was a ring.
After he died, because we were going to get married, and I was, having a hard time, and I just out of the blue went into this jewelry shop, and as I was looking in the case, and my daughter came up to me and said, "Oh, look, both of your favorite colors together in a heart." And then my youngest son came up and said the same exact thing, and I just got a good deal on the ring, and the same week I got a bonus at work, so it was like paid for it.
I don't want you to go crazy on a motorcycle.
Before, I would have jumped on a motorcycle, no problem. But now it's like, whoa, I think I'm going to stay away from anything with 2 wheels.
Still to come, when a weekend ski trip turns to disaster, this woman's hungry for the one message that will get her life on track. Plus,
He's really, really sorry about what happened here.
her son didn't listen, but is he listening now? His answer from James may surprise you. Next on Beyond.
Our next guest was looking forward to celebrating the most important day of her life, her wedding. Then tragedy struck, and her life was changed forever. What you're about to see was taped before the show. No one in our studio, including James, has seen it. Here's Wendy's story.
Today I'm here to contact my fiance, Joseph, who was killed tragically in a plane crash. He was going to celebrate his brother's birthday in Aspen, and it was a chartered plane. And on the plane was his brother's business partner, his 2 brothers actually, his mother, his aunt, himself, and friends of his older brother. I was devastated to hear on the news that a plane had crashed in Aspen, and when I knew that, I knew it was their plane. I spoke to him before he got on the plane, in which I told him to have a safe flight and that I loved him. When I met him, it was instantaneous that I knew that he was the one for me, and in his eyes I saw that I was the one for him. I miss him every day.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
Hi, thank you for being here. I hope I can help you. I know you want to contact your fiancé who passed over, yes?
Yes,
And I know he died in a plane crash, that's correct?
correct.
Okay, now this is very, very weird because before I started today's show, I was in the back meditating, and there was a man that came to me and he said he died in a plane crash. And he said his name was Joseph.
That's his name.
Well, that's who was with me. So he already started before you even sat down here. He started like an hour ago. So I got to tell you that, okay? Was this a small plane, by the way? A smaller plane, a commuter plane?
It was a chartered jet.
A chartered, okay. He's talking to me about either not going on that trip, or you didn't want him to go on that trip, or they almost didn't go on that trip.
Him.
Yes.
That's right.
You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. He said he wasn't supposed to go on that trip. And there was some delay, or there was some, didn't feel good about it, at all, okay? I know that you still have either it's a voice message on the phone machine or his voice that you hear on a phone message or something. Do you still have his sound of his voice on?
Yes, I do.
You understand that? Because he said that's what kept you going, was listening to the sound of his voice on the machine or the message.
That's correct.
Okay? And he wants me to tell that to you. All right?
Yes.
He said, when you hear that, think of me standing next to you. Okay? I know. New Orleans. What about New Orleans? New Orleans. He's talking about New Orleans. He's talking about meeting New Orleans. I don't know if you guys were going to go to New Orleans or there was a trip you went to New Orleans or talking about going there.
To New Orleans.
Isn't this funny? And Halloween he's talking to me about too. And I don't know what the significance is this, except I don't know if you're dressed up in this sort of thing. But there was a time we dressed up for Halloween.
I love Halloween, and it's a big thing for us.
Okay.
So he made Halloween a big thing for me.
Did he also dress up, or did you guys dress up once and have a fun time or something like this?
Not for Halloween, we didn't.
What are you dressed up for in costumes?
We didn't dress up in costumes.
No? Was there a time you guys just dressed up or something?
As like,
I don't know.
in costumes, no. Fashionably, yes.
Have a question you want to ask?
Wow, I didn't think I was going to ask a question.
You could ask questions. Ask anything you'd like.
I didn't know I was going to. Okay, does he know how much I love him?
Yeah. Yes, he knows how much you love him. And he's with you all the time.
And I want to know how he thinks I'm taking care of Bear.
Is that an animal that you have?
It's his son.
Oh, his son. You said
His
bear?
dog. His name's Bear, but it's his dog.
It's his dog, the animal.
Yeah.
Okay, that is an animal. The dog's an animal, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, it was. Okay. He keeps on wanting to tell me to tell you, let her know I'm all right. Let her know I'm all right. Let her know I'm all right. He's made up with his dad again, or he's meeting his dad again. He hadn't seen him for a long time, and he's met his father. Wants me to tell you that. Okay? Well, he's helping you. Okay. Thanks, sweetie.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you, Papa.
I hope I helped.
No, you did.
Good.
You did.
Okay. Thank you. We already started before you even sat down here.
Okay, Wendy, we got to talk about Joseph.
Okay.
Because apparently he's been hanging around the studio all day. James has been feeling him around, and he picked up right away that your fiance died in the plane crash. So it
Yeah.
seems like he really wanted to come through today. How do you
Yeah.
feel about that?
I'm very, very excited that he did. I was kind of hesitant that Joseph wouldn't, but being his personality, I'm really glad that he did come forward. And even in the way James expressed it, it's just like Joseph would be.
I know that you still have either it's a voice message on the phone machine.
Well, Joseph actually has, one of those cell phones that you can actually record, people's voices on there so you can make outgoing calls. And I do have Joseph's old cell phone in which he has his voice recorded on there, and I do listen to that.
What's he saying on there, can I ask?
Well, nothing really. It's just his voice. It's nothing directed to me, but it's just hearing his voice after having, not had him for so long. It does, like James said, does keep me going, just like Joseph wanted me to.
You can only talk to them so much, but you just say, Justin, you better be careful. One of these days you're going to have an accident, but you really don't think it's going to be as bad as the one that he had.
Will his mother be surprised by the message he brings her from beyond?
On the phone right now is Lorraine, who's calling from Alexandria, Virginia. Hi, Lorraine. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good. I understand you're calling me because your son passed over in a car accident. Is that correct?
Yes, he did.
Okay. How long ago was this, Lorraine?
It's about 5 months ago now.
Okay, I was going to say 7, but let me just see if I can connect with you, and hopefully I'll be able to bring him through, okay?
Okay.
All right. Did you and him used to watch movies on the Friday night or videos?
Yes, we did.
Because he wants me to bring a memory of you guys going to get videos and watching on Friday nights or something, videos, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I also want to ask you, was there anyone who did something with sailing?
Boating.
Boating? And was he involved with that at one time? Did he like to go boating?
Oh, he loved it.
And I'm seeing the water's edge. I like to go to the water.
He loved the water.
Well, he loves to go to the water, he tells me. He still loves to go to the water, okay? This might sound really weird to you, but I have to ask you this anyway, okay?
Okay.
Was there some talk about speeding tickets? Or getting
yes.
tickets, or having had tickets?
They think that he might have been speeding.
Oh, I know he was speeding. That's no question. He was definitely speeding. But I want to ask you if he had a speeding ticket
Yes, he did have a couple tickets.
that were still outstanding or were just not too far away.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I also want to ask you, who plays chess, the game of chess?
He did have a chessboard, but I gave it to him.
Okay. And did you yeah? Yeah, gotcha. And do you still have that chessboard, please?
No, I don't.
Where is it?
At his dad's.
Good. Would you please ask the father if he recently looked at that chessboard?
Okay.
And that there are pieces missing.
Yes.
There's some pawns missing, he's telling me. And that's what he's saying to me. Pawns are missing in there, okay?
They are. Okay.
This is what he's telling me. You know, he's here and he's really, really sorry about what happened here. And he said you warned him over and over again about this.
I did.
Because he said he always was warned about it and you worried about him because you knew something would happen like this. And I feel like there's a curve before he crashes.
Exactly.
There's some kind of a curve when he's driving. And he loses control over this curve. Okay? Because he shows me going way too fast, and he can't keep control of this curve.
Yes.
All right? He's also telling me that some friends got together and they gave him a send-off. Okay?
Okay.
Aside from the funeral, his buddies got together and gave him a send-off.
Yes.
And they're toasting him.
Yes.
Do you know about that?
My brother told me about that.
Good. Well, that's what he's telling me here. I just got to give you that because that's what and it meant so much to him. So much to him about that.
Okay.
Loves you. He loves you very, very much. And loves his dad. And he's very sorry. And you'll see him again.
Oh, good.
You will. God bless you, Lorraine.
Thank you, James.
Okay. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Lorraine.
Hi, Lisa.
I want to start with the memory that James began with.
Did you and him used to watch movies on the Friday night or videos?
What is the importance of that memory?
We just spent a lot of Friday nights together, and that was kind of like our thing to do. We'd go and get videos, come home, watch TV, make popcorn, have pizza.
I like to go to the water.
We grew up with water skiing and boats and going to the beach, and he just really loved the water.
He was definitely speeding. He loses control, by the way.
How exactly did your son die?
In a traffic accident. He was, they're not sure exactly what happened, but his car went off of the road and hit another truck, but it was a parked, kind of a really big truck, so he smashed into it.
Was there some talk about speeding tickets?
Well, he was your typical teenage boy, and he would get tickets now and then he'd call and say, "Mom, I need your help." And then I'd have to pay the speeding tickets.
And he said you warned him over and over again about this.
Well, you know, you can only like talk to them so much, but you just say, "Justin, you better be careful. You know, one of these days you're going to have an accident." But you really don't think it's going to be as bad as the one that he had.
There are pieces missing of the chess pieces, okay?
Actually, for Christmas, but that's quite I want to say like 10 years ago, I got him a chess set, a really nice one, and was teaching him to play chess, but he had lost a few pieces, and so he really couldn't play the game. I just had a lot of unanswered questions, and I think I just needed to know that Justin was okay, and that he still is with me.
Do you feel that way now? How are you feeling now?
I feel good, you know, knowing that he still is here and that, you know, there is a way to kind of talk to him.
If you'd like to be part of the Beyond Show audience and have a chance for a reading with James, call our toll-free number, 1-866-88-JAMES, or go to our website at thebeyondshow.com.
Hi. You know, I always tell people that we're on this earth for a very short time. Really, in the scheme of things, it's a very short time on this earth. Therefore, when you pass over, I want you to look back on your life and be very proud of the things you left behind. And as always, forget what you know, believe what you see. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Can you stand up, please? What's your name?
My name is Jacqueline. Yes, I wanted to ask you, how can you communicate and do your readings over the telephone when you cannot see that person?
A good question. It's all done with thought, so it's all really mental telepathy, where the spirit is sending me the thought. And it's much easier on the telephone for me sometimes because I'm not distracted by the person sitting in front of me.
I wanted to know if you can communicate with animal spirits.
I communicate with animal spirits all the time. I mean, all the time they come through. And, you know, I always say animals are teachers. They teach us unconditional love, and they're healers.